We live in a post-truth world. This is something I've been saying for at least a couple of years now, and it really has been personified by the last 6. And there's a saying that really illustrates what I'm talking about. There is no truth, only power, which I'm pretty sure is going to be the slogan for the 2020s. Facts are no longer important. What is narrative control being pushed by the mainstream media, government, and big tech. It's the reason why First Lady Michelle Obama can be oppressed, Larry Elder can be a white supremacist, and 2 + 2 = 32 genders. And along comes Elon Musk, who throws a monkey wrench into the gears of the machine, gumming up the works. How does the mainstream media respond?
Control exactly what people think, and that is our job.
Well, they're the only ones allowed to control what you think. We will tell you what to believe, when to believe it, and how to do it. Because your thoughts are not your own. Now, how does the government respond?
Well, I'm not going to comment on a specific transaction. What I can tell you as a general matter, no matter who owns or runs Twitter, the president has long been concerned about the power of large social media platforms, the power they have over our everyday lives, has long argued that tech platforms must be held accountable for the harms they cause. He has been a strong supporter of fundamental reforms to achieve that goal, including reforms to Section 230.
All of a sudden, we need Section 230 reform because social media needs to be held accountable for their actions. And never mind the fact that people have been screaming for Section 230 reform for the last 6 fucking years. Nope. Now's the time. For reasons. I can guarantee you that none of this would have come about if it wasn't for the fact that Elon Musk decided that he was going to go and purchase Twitter because he values free speech. Well, folks, the future is here. It's dystopian, authoritarian, and stupid. As if ripped from the pages of 1984, the same week that Elon Musk announces that he's going to go and purchase Twitter, the Biden administration announces that they're going to have a disinformation governance board, also known as the Ministry of Truth. I'm sure George Orwell is spinning in his grave so fast that we can actually hook up jumper cables to his coffin and power the entire country. Now, I bet you're thinking to yourself, I bet this is the government's response to Elon Musk buying Twitter because they're losing narrative control. I'm here to tell you that you're wrong. They've actually been planning this for quite some time now. Did it force them to accelerate their timeline? Probably. But as of February 7th of 2022, the Department of Homeland Security posted this memo to their website. The United States remains in a heightened threat environment fueled by several factors, including an online environment filled with false, misleading narratives and conspiracy theories, and other forms of mis, dis, and malinformation, MDM, introduced and/or amplified by foreign and domestic threat actors. These threat actors seek to exacerbate social friction and sow discord and undermine public trust in government institutions to encourage unrest, which could potentially inspire acts of violence. Blah, 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 you get the point. Misinformation is probably classified as terrorism in the very near future. Yay. Which brings us back to the Disinformation Governance Board. And who better to lead it than Dolores Umbridge herself? I'm sorry, folks. I meant this crazy bitch. I'm sorry, I meant Nina Jankowicz, who in a past life apparently was a TikTok star.
Information laundering is really quite ferocious. It's when a huckster takes some lies and makes them sound precocious by saying them in Congress or a mainstream outlet. So disinformation's origins are slightly less atrocious.
Shortly after discovering that little piece of cringe, Nina went and privated her account. And I'm pretty sure she did that as a favor to the rest of the world, because God only knows what other terrible things are on there. But anyway, there's more. Much more. Now, I find it kind of fitting that the person that is leading the Disinformation Governance Board has herself been pushing disinformation. Not only has she pushed the Trump-Russia collusion, the Steele dossier, but she said that the Hunter Biden laptop was actually a hoax, pushed by Russia. And here's the tweet to back that up. Back on the laptop from hell, apparently Biden knows 50 former NatSec officials and 5 former CIA heads that believe the laptop is a Russian influence op. Trump says, Russia, Russia, Russia. Oh, you mean that story that the New York Post released? And Twitter went and censored it because it was quote-unquote misinformation? And then after the election, we found out it was actually true? Because it would have hurt the Biden campaign? Oh yeah, that old chestnut. Yeah, that's exactly the type of person I want leading a disinformation board. Great, job. So, how is all this gonna play out? Well, I have a feeling that anything that the KGB says is fake news. Oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I meant DGB. Will most likely be censored on most social media platforms. So here's an example. Joe Biden is responsible for the increase in inflation in the United States. Well, that's false. Misinformation. Fake news. As a matter of fact, inflation's always been high because it was Trump's fault. And Putin. Because, you know, Russia. And Orange Man is bad. And if you say anything that is contradictory to that on YouTube, well, we're gonna have your video pulled. And then delete your account and censor you. Because the KGB knows what's best for you. Sorry folks, I did it again. I meant DGB. As a matter of fact, now is probably the perfect time to go and get yourself a copy of 1984 before they're banned from stores. Because, you know, disinformation. Fortunately, there is hope because there are people who are fighting back against this disinformation governance board. On that note, I'm going to end this video with this clip from the man himself, George Orwell.
I do not think that the kind of society I describe will arrive, but that something resembling it could arrive, and that totalitarianism, if not fought against, could triumph anywhere. I think that allowing for the book being, after all, a parody, something like 1984 could actually happen. This is the direction the world is going in at the present time. In our world, there will be no emotions except fear, rage, triumph, and self-abasement. The sex instinct will be eradicated. We shall abolish the orgasm. There will be no loyalty except loyalty to the party. But always there will be the intoxication of power. Always, at every moment, there will be the thrill of victory, the sensation of trampling on an enemy who is helpless. If you want a picture of the future, imagine a boot stamping on a human face forever. The moral to be drawn from this dangerous nightmare situation is a simple one. Don't let it happen. It depends on you.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. A huge thanks to all the Subscribe-Star supporters. Without you, Comics Division would probably be crying in a corner somewhere. Well, hello there, big spenders. HMStix, Reuben Christopher Haynes, Roger the Shrubber, and Toxic Man Flu. I'm a sucker with a lot of dough. Crazy Catguy, MrGrantGregory, J.A.F.O, and David Blair. Take my money, dammit. Katina Martin, Brahmabull, Commander Ed STRAKER of Shadow, TerminusEst, Elagabalus, DariusM, Commenting is Dangerous, Salty Texas C, LDH27513, Subscriber number 22F2C6C3, Gentleman Mad, J.A.F.O, Death Angel's Shadow, Dexidoodle, Mech AG94, That's 70Srockfan, AJ Speaks, Pope Metallicus I, E. Clay, and Peter Bickford. I'll buy that for $1. Captain Trek, TZ Canadian, Chris from the 80s, Stand 4, John B, Colin Douglas, MrTickleTrunk, Jenna Lyn, and user C32A7350. Thank you all for watching. You are awesome!